Well, I love coming home from work and finding goodies at the door for me. These are some wheel arch covers for the Ra28. These were posted down by Simone, who had them up on Australia First Gen Celica group on Facebook, which is a great place to find all of your parts you oh so desperately need. Now these particular wheel arch covers, well, these particular ones, but in general, they're really hard to get. I haven't seen any of these advertised at all. In the years that I've been looking at Celica parts, especially the old school first gen Celica parts, I've never seen these. I think I paid a reasonable price for them, given that it's not something that you see advertised all the time. The photos looked good, so I'm hoping the condition's pretty good. We shall find out as soon as I pull them out of the packet, but they actually look alright. Yeah, I think these are going to be nice. Let's open them up and have a look-see. These are definitely not brand new. They have been used. I would guess that they are 40-something years old. But in saying that, they seem to be in really good condition. Oh yeah, even some of the body liner on there to help with cushioning for when people put their arms on the wheel arches, because these are basically armrests for the back passengers if they if anyone ever wants to get in the back of one of these cars, which is actually very uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with these. Yep, that's there as well. So the inside, the seat belt, not seat belt, yeah, I think this one's the seat belt one maybe. No, this is just for the rear seat. Just the lever joints, and that's the bit that holds the back of the seat on when it clips up. Well, I'm going to get into the car and get them installed. They're actually in very good condition, so thanks heaps for that, Simone. They're going to look good in the back of my car. Well, there you have it. Fits like a glove, which you'd expect because it is a genuine part. So yeah, when that's bolted down, and this all won't be seen because this is going to have a seat up over it, bolt hole for the seat that actually swivel point sits there. Just there is for the base of the rear seat belts. This edge tucks up nice and neatly behind all of the interior trim panels, all the way down to the bottom there. That's going to be awesome. So a little bit of armor all on there just to try and keep it really shiny black, and that'll be wonderful. And by the time I get the rest of the seats and everything in, and the carpet, this is going to look very complete. So yeah, absolutely happy with that. So I think these are just going to stay here until I don't think there's any need to actually take them out again, so that's probably going to be their final resting place, apart from maybe giving a wash and a clean and stuff. But that's actually nice. It's got the underlay under there, so this is nice and soft when you touch it. You don't feel that hard metal, and also that underlay there is going to help keep a bit of the road noise down as well from the wheel arches. So yeah, again, big thanks. Thank you so much. Loving them. I don't know what's next. Yeah, we'll see. Today I'm going to attempt to put the front windshield in the car by myself. If it doesn't work out, I won't put it up on the internet. If it does work out, then I'll put it on the internet. So, wish me luck. So pretty much the seal is in. I'm going to put a bit of cord through the gap. I think there's millions of videos on how to do this already, so I'm not really going to explain it. People that know what they're doing can explain it better than me anyway. But I do have a length of cord down there that I think is the right size to put into the insert of the rubber first, and then I'm going to lay the window down and get the bottom in, and then start pulling out the seam, and hopefully the window just kind of follows its little channels in. I'm going to lubricate it pretty well. I've got some degreaser, which I think will work as a good lubrication, just to help pop that window into the seal. I have worked with glass for the last 15 years. I do work in an aquarium, it's my main job, my only job. So cutting glass and working with it I'm used to, but that does not mean that I'll be able to put this window in by myself. So let's give this a go. So that sucked. My phone battery kind of died, and that whole time I was installing it, it wasn't being recorded. But it's okay, it was pretty boring. I'm sure you've seen window installs all before. It went in, and it looks pretty good. Now this is the original window as well, and there are 0 chips on the glass, absolutely none. There's a couple of very fine scratches, but for a 46, 47-year-old car, I'm absolutely okay with that. But I think it looks superb. The rubber that I got from Taiwan or wherever it was off eBay fit really well. It was very snug, it was very, very hard to pop in. But basically I put the rubber mold onto the window first, and then I put this here wire around the lip of the rubber mold that goes onto the windowsill. I use some lube, which is just degreaser. I use an old card to help just edge things along. This was the most useful tool that I used during this whole process. I had to literally go up on the inside of here and dig that in and wedge the rubber and pull it out so it would pop over all the edges, especially this top piece. This top piece, that corner, pain in my butt. The rest of it was easy as. Took about maybe an hour in total to get that in. I didn't bang glass or tap it, I just wanted to make sure it rested in place by itself, so there wasn't a great deal of forcing. But it's in, and it looks great. Now I got to do the rear one. I got stuff to do, so I might not do that today. But given that I missed recording the front one, and I've had some practice, I reckon the rear one will be recorded at some point and I'll put it up. But anyway, that was just a quick update. It's looking good. Very happy with it. The car is slowly getting back together piece by piece. There's a view from the inside with that nice dark blue window tint around the top, which is great because I do want a little bit of blue on this car, bluey purple colour. Given the car's name, if you haven't already noticed, I've named it Evelyn or Eve from the movie WALL-E, because I love that robot. It's the cutest little thing ever, and I'm like, this car is white and it's kind of evil looking, but what better name than Eve from WALL-E? So yeah, a little bit of white, a little bit of blue, a little bit of angry GT stripes. I think it suits. And a nice little engine, of course. So anyways, that's about it. Just a quick update on the window install. It's in, it's looking great. Wear gloves. I did, and I still got blisters on my hands and a lot of little teeny tiny injuries, but it's what you got to do. Anyways, there you go. Ta-da! You know what? Because I succeeded with the front window and you missed the video, and because everyone's so excited to look at a window going in a car, I'm gonna do the rear one now. This one's, I don't know, the tint looks pretty shitty, but I might leave it like that for now, because it might kind of look cool darkening out the rear of it. Anyway, I'm gonna clean this up and install it. First thing you need is a pair of scissors and a Zupa Duper, because it's hot out here. And dusty. This window tint that's on this is in pretty bad condition. There's scratches all over it and chunks missing. And it's like it's a very brown color tint. But glass is still going to get installed because I can get it tinted once it's on the car. So I can just continue. Now I also heard rumors that the rear window glass of these cars would pop out of the rear hatch if people were going a certain speed. I don't know how much truth there is behind it, but apparently that's what those side vents, those pillar vents are for. Is to, I don't know, relieve positive pressure in the cabin of the car. But I'm doubtful that that's really the reason. And because my window vents in the pillars are being deleted and they're just flat, this window might pop out. But again, I doubt it. So I wonder if you can see what I'm talking about here. The window itself has got chips and marks and scratches in the window tint all through it, and the colour of it is very brown. But again, I'm just going to use it, put it in. This tint can be fixed up later on, as long as whoever redoes the tinting doesn't stuff up the demister things, or whatever they're called. Not only that, whoever put this window in, I don't know if it's like this from factory or not. I know this car was resprayed at some point, so I'd say that someone's had this window out in the past. But there is black Sikaflex or window sealant all along the edges of the window. I don't believe it's necessary because of the way the rubber molds work. I know the front one doesn't need it. The back one needing it. I might just do some quick research before I actually put it in, just in case, because I do have black Sikaflex here. There's no way that this is going to require Sikaflex. The channels in this rubber are so deep. There's just no way. Zero chance. Now, I'll put some cord in through these edges here. See if we can pop it onto the back of the window. you should really use thicker gauge wire than this. This is a bit too small, but it still works if the window rubber and window is in good condition, and you know they're soft rubbers and it's not a hack job. It'll still work okay. Alright, so I'll just give you a quick rundown on what I'm actually doing. So that bottom lip is nice and snug on the inner rail, which is geared. Now it's just a matter of getting the two sides to pop in evenly, and then finally the top. But I'll take you inside. Oh, it's a bit crammed and jammed in here, but oh, friggin', gotta do what you gotta do. So pretty much, as I just pull this tab, that rubber is getting pulled over the sill, and I just go back over it. Like I do about a length about that long, and then I get my magical spoon tool, which I literally just lost. But anyway, it hooks up under that rubber and it just makes sure that I can push down that rubber molding into place, which that one went in really easy, which is great. So as I go up, I'm pushing in that mold. Same with I'll do with that side there. I think the window has to come over a little bit because that went in real easy. I'll do this side first and I'll do that side first and I'll try and hug the window over. I'm going to put the camera back up top because it's very painful to video and work in here. Be back. Well, that's popped in all the way around. The wire really didn't help me a great deal then. So I'll just pull it out now. And I didn't put any lube on that at all. Sorry, lube. I didn't put any Sikaflex or silicone on that seal whatsoever. I'm pretty confident it's not going to pop out. It's a very tight fit. And it feels like it's gone in really well. So that's good news for me. So that is pretty decent. It's gone in all the way very nicely. It's butted right up against the sill really well. Again, the rear window rubbers seem very, very good. I'll just take this down without breaking everything. So some small adjustments need to be made, so just got to kind of wiggle this window rubber down a little bit so that sits flush. The other one is really good. That's nice and flush on the corner. And also there needs to be a silver insert that goes in here that keeps this rubber forced open so it physically, you see that distance shut. So when this centerpiece is in, it'll close that gap completely, and it'll actually seal this window into place. with a little bit of pressure pushing outwards on the rubber. So when I get those pieces, they're going to be chrome, but I'll spray them black just because I don't want a big chrome centerpiece on something that's got, you know, black all over it. Some pieces will stay chrome, but that one will stay black. So just a bit of a tidy up. And that is the rear window in. Again, sorry I couldn't show you the front as the camera died. But what can you do? So I'll stand back here. So you can see kind of, it actually looks very 70s. Kind of like that dark brown window tint. Kind of like an orange hue almost. That'll get changed when I could be bothered. When it's registered and running and everything, I'll take it to a tint place and get them to do it. I'm not going to do that rear window. I can do the rest of them, which I did, but I won't do this one because it's got all of the heat elements in it for the demister or the defogger. I don't want to break them. And there you have it. Front window, side windows, and rear window all in. I'm stoked. So again, thanks for watching. I hope that was somewhat informative. Catch you later.